Hello everyone. Welcome back to Sustainable Living with Shilpa Reddy, powered by Planet Green's Farm Natura, a new beginning to your life. Today is the first episode of One Sustainable Change, where I will be interacting with a special guest and a dear friend who will talk about the simple changes that we all can do and incorporate into our lifestyles. We hope to stand as a guide for those who choose to tune towards sustainable life choices. This episode is brought to you by SustainKart. For all these episodes, I have made one conscious change to repeat and restyle my outfits that I have worn many times before. Let's welcome the vibrant, relentless woman who walks the talk, fondly known as Worm Rani, Vani Murtigaru, on my show. A very warm welcome to my show, Vani Garu. We have done one show with you last season and I'm so happy that I brought you back, and I want to really dig out all the information and knowledge that you have, because you walk your talk and I follow you on your Instagram, and I got inspired and started changing and doing things that you do, not that you teach, but then we just get inspired and do things.
Thank you, Shilpa. It's always an honor to come and be with you and talk to you.
So this episode, Vani Garu, we will talk about one conscious change that people can bring about in one aspect of life.
Okay.
So today we want to talk about celebrations, festivals and gifting. In our country we have so many festivals and we look for reasons to celebrate. We have multiple occasions for weddings and birthing ceremonies and so many other things, you know that. So I want to ask you, what kind of changes we all can make, simple changes, without becoming inconvenient and still enjoy celebrations, festivals and gifting?
Very true, because celebrations are something that needs to be kept simple, because we think celebrations means it has to go overboard. I think that's what people are doing of late. So we also need to be very conscious of what happens after the celebrations. Are we leaving things behind that could damage our ecosystem? E-invites, and you can send out WhatsApp invites and all that. So you minimize the use of paper, and then you plan with the caterer to see how you can have nothing disposable, like right from the cutlery that you use or the the serving sets that you use could be all reusable ones, which are not either paper or plastic. And then decorations, that's another big thing nowadays, that it's so grand and everything is like goes overboard. Correct. I think you can simplify that. Use flowers, local flowers. It could be cloth decorations, colorful cloth, that instead of all the thermocols and the plastics and other things that use everything that is local, that is that can be biodegradable. It can go back to building soil, not end up in the ocean or in the river that's polluting. So I think we need to be making conscious choices. So wedding, again, gifts, what kind of, so in my son's wedding we had written in the e-invite that no bouquets, and no boxed gifts. So wonderful. we never got even one bouquet. I mean, it was a request and people did honor it, and that was something so amazing. So we could even do that, and also return gifts could be plants that people can take back and nurture them, and birthday parties, anywhere in any celebration it could be. We'd have so many festivals, yes. we could actually celebrate it by having families together, eating home cooked food, right. Even buying lot of sweets. It comes packaging. Correct. Make one sweet. You shouldn't be eating so much of sweets also, nowadays. So make one sweet at home, one of the favorite dishes that everybody like, cook a nice, simple, healthy meal. And I think that's the way forward. And kids' birthday parties, again, you can make it very sustainable, right from the choice of how you serve it and what return gifts are you giving. I've seen many young parents gift books which are bought second-hand, in the sense they actually pre-used, pre-used books which are still in good shape are being given, as gifts.
Sometimes, see, the intention of one parent could be gifting a pre-used book, but often they think like what will and how will the others perceive. So I personally feel this because I did it for my son's birthdays. I write a note saying by doing this we are saving so much paper, or there's some purpose if you give to a person who's receiving it. It also, kind of they value it more than just, judge you, because a lot of people
Right.
fear saying that I might feel this way, but the other person might not take it the right way. So adding a story and how that gifting is impacting ecology also probably will stir an emotion in people who are receiving it.
Very
also.
true. They also understand the thought behind what
Like
you're
how
doing.
you said no bouquets.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was not said out loud, they would have brought it, but now they become conscious of not bringing it.
Exactly.
So saying it out loud and having a story behind it and the purpose behind it, I'm sure humans do understand that, right?
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
So Vani Garu, let's talk about gift wrapping, because I've seen the options that are available today in the market. Everything is shiny, plastic, those plastic bows and ribbons and whatnot.
Yeah, they're all plastic. Everything is made of things that are harmful, and it looks nice. So it is important for us to avoid that, because the more we give with eco-friendly packaging, it's better for the planet. And it doesn't have to look good, So maybe something that in paper,
Right.
or an old dupatta. You can be creative about
Exactly.
wrapping your gifts.
Once I remember, in fact, my son was a little embarrassed because every gift is packed in old newspaper,
Yeah.
and I take crayons and then just draw hearts and stars and use some jute. So then he used to feel a little embarrassed, like, Amma, what is this, wrapping paper? Then I used to explain, then it made sense to him, and my gift packaging would stand out from the rest of the pile.
Right.
Then he took pride in that afterwards. And what about the kind of things you gift? Like, what thought should be put behind gifting a person? I would like you to
Yeah.
elaborate on that.
I mean, definitely you should be talking about it. But to me, over a period of time, I just don't want to give gifts that people may like or may not like. So I have no clue,
Okay.
what someone will like, whether it's needed, whether they'll, so I just put cash in a cover and give.
These days,
So-
everybody has everything.
Yeah.
You're right. We really don't know
Absolutely.
what they really need.
Yeah. So, or I'll ask them, would you want
okay.
this? And again, you can't ask everybody.
Exactly.
So, with close relatives and, your sisters and your nieces and nephews, you can ask, what would you like?
Correct.
But I would rather them buy what they want, So, I just
absolutely.
put it in a cover, and slowly I'm stopping gifting as a practice.
Okay.
I don't want to receive gifts.
Right.
And I'm also cutting down on, too much of
Right.
gifting. Yeah.
So what, from where I stand, gifting sometimes becomes important. So what I do is I only try to, gift something which is coming from an artisan. Like, if you see, all the Indian crafts in our country are mostly sustainable, unless
Right.
they have made changes in the recent past.
All handmade.
Yes, handmade, whether it's handloom or these artifacts, the furniture which is upcycled, like little things, the ones we use in puja room, everything is either metal or handloom or cane or, different art forms, the paintings, there's so many art forms that we have. So if you're really indulging, I feel you have to make sure that money is spent to uplift another craft or art that is sustainable.
That's an absolutely lovely thought. Yes, I'm sure that could be the best alternative to mindless gifting. Just buy something, a vase or something like that. People
Correct.
just give anything and everything. So yeah.
Absolutely. So we've spoken about how to reduce waste and be conscious of our celebrations along with gifting, gift packing. And what is your take on those plastic flowers which are hanging on our puja room doors and walls? The actual tradition is to use original fresh flowers.
Yeah.
So what would you say to people before making purchases like that?
Yeah, because that again, and you should understand where it ends up. That's very important. If it is plastic, if it's like a toranam with a plastic toranam, after some time it is going to it's not going to be of any use. You have to discard it, and when you discard, what really happens? Most of them are non-recyclable.
Correct.
So that's something that we need to be mindful of. Nothing like having a simple fresh flowers when you feel like decorating your puja room. That
Right.
I think that should be more. You have these leaves, the mango leaves that are there in somebody's backyard.
Right.
Put a fresh thornum instead of something plastic that would stay for all the time. And end of use is something that we need to think about.
And I think our culture also evolved based on what should be put where for a reason. Like for example, when you have rice flour being used to make designs in front of your home, rangoli, using haldi, there's a specific reason, scientific reason for which we started doing that.
Right.
And it's always important, I feel, not to forget that and then just make it look beautiful, but completely lose out on the purpose why it has been,
Exactly. If you go to villages, they wash their front yard with, cow dung slurry. They make a nice, then they put the rangoli. So there is sanitization happening, antiseptic and all that. And plus, you have the rangoli, which little insects can come, the ants can come and take it away.
Absolutely. That was very insightful, simple, but all these changes are doable.
Yeah.
Hence, we spoke about it, and thank you for sharing your ideas and thoughts behind this.
Thank you, Shilpa. I learned so much from you too.